Well, welcome back to my channel. Now today, actually it's a Saturday. It's one of my shifts to where I work on a Saturday, like the actual 40-hour-a-week job. It's okay. Well, I'm actually gonna be going off to work, but I decided to wake up a little early and show you how to do this makeup look. It's basically, honestly, 2 brushes and your finger. And it's very quick, it's very neutral, it's very fun. Like, I was just experimenting the other night, or the other day. I wake up at 3 a.m. Y'all figure it out what time that is. Anyways, and I've been wearing this look constantly over and over and over. And if I like something over and over, it's usually like, wait, maybe I can show this because it's a new neutral look. Now, I'm going to show you how to do this nice neutral makeup look, especially for work or just one of those days you just want to be normal. But just remember to follow me on all of my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and even here on YouTube. All the information will be down in the description. So I hope you enjoyed this next makeup look, and I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in just a bit. Alright, well, welcome back. I try to get you a little bit close as we can, or well, I could get you closer, but maybe in those when we do eye looks. But welcome back. I do apologize, water. I mix it up with the propane grape in here because it has electrolytes and stuff, and you're supposed to have it like 2 times a week. You know, I'm trying to get healthy and everything else. I'm so sorry, I'm so thirsty. Okay, anyways, stop being thirsty, I know. Shh. Okay, so this makeup look, it's nice and neutral. I do use a lot of products up, and I do have, because everything's on my desk, literally 1 drugstore product. Sorry, but as indicated in the beginning of the video, I'm only using 2 brushes for the eyes. I still use other brushes for the rest of my face, but you know. So we're gonna begin by first taking my hair out of my face. Do y'all remember the cat ears? So let me, right now my face is bare. I have no makeup on. The only thing I have is the Bite Beauty, the lip balm. I put it right there. It's like lip balm, but it's like my favorite one. It's basically, I cannot see. Okay. It's basically used to, I know, you get to see my whole face. It's basically used to moisturize your lips and not crack and stuff like that. I usually like to use it throughout the day because it, like, I haven't had cracked lips in like almost a year. Just FYI, I'll link the product below. Anyways, but you're able to see my gorgeous face. I'm trying to wake up. Alright, so as you guys know, I usually like starting everything off with my eyes. I do not like face because I get messy. So let's start with priming my eyes. Okay, and the product I'm going to use, Nars Radiant Concealer, I believe this is what it's called. I have the baby version. Light to Vanilla is my shade. So we're going to start by putting that all over the lid, guys. Even though I am using the mirror and I'm looking down, I feel like it'd be good for you guys to, if I do that anyway, that way you have a better precision of what in the world I am doing. So you put it there. And also, it's good to prime the eyes. I'm using my beauty blender. It's a little dirty, but I promise you, it's washed. If you can't afford like different primers, concealer's your best friend because you're going to be using it in different ways anyway. Why not just use it as you can? Next, I will be using the one drugstore I actually do like. The Maybelline New York Fit Me Matte and Poreless. This is normal to oily skin because I have normal skin. It's in shade 130 Buff Beige. And I'm using this. I'm using my little brush. It could be any brush you desire. And you put it all over the lids. That way it will basically smooth out what we just primed. The concealer doesn't crease. And we can actually put eyeshadows on, and it won't be hard, sticky, skipping, any of that wonderful mess that we all just, you know, fight to have. There we go. See? Nice, beautiful conceal. Like perfection, right? Like I have no problem at all. Today, I will be using one of my favorite palettes. And it's still considered new, I believe. And I think I did a video on this, but it's the TooFaced Chocolate Gold palette. Like, I used to like their original palette. It looks very similar, but the issue is I think I've just outgrown it. You know, shadows, and I have more experience over the years to where I'm like, So right now I'm starting to like the Pat McGrath. It's like, I bought it in one of my Sephora hauls, and it's small and it's neutral, so it's basically all you need. I'm like obsessed with that. Anyways, I'll do a palette, or of all my palettes, least favorite. If you want to see that video, please comment below. Now for this one, I'm gonna be using I'm gonna butcher this word out. I'm so sorry. Boujee? B-O-U-J-E-E? Yeah. This color right here. That's what I'm gonna use. And I used to take a fluffy brush. I like the Sigma E40. I'm so sorry, I'm not showing you. You can tell, you can see color there, but it's not very much. But that's okay. That's oh, I'm using that one for. It's like a base. It's not really meant to be seen very much, but I'm showing you what I'm doing to where that's gonna pop in just a second. So I just put this all over the crease and just build it up until the desired color that you like. As you can tell, this specific shade I like because it does show up, and yeah, I have to build it up, but it'll come up until your desired shade. Okay, and that's basically what I want to see here. So you can tell, you see there's color, but it's not like a popping, so pigment dark color, but that's okay. That's exactly what I want. So it depends on your skin tone. This may show up, it may not show up at all, but remember, just keep building, keep building. If not, get a light brown that you're able to see. You don't want it to be seen from a mile away, but you know you're able to see something. Okay, so honestly, that's the only brown out of this palette that I'm gonna use. Next, I'm actually gonna be using this palette. The Beauty and the Beast is supposed to be the blush. Let's try that again. The Beauty and the Beast Disney palette. I did a whole review and tutorial on it months ago. I'll link those two videos below if you want to watch it. But this one is a whole blush palette. Now I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. I do wear blush, not very much. I prefer just using bronzer, but I like these. Number one, take a look at the pants. They're very, very big than a regular eyeshadow. So from here, I'm gonna use this color that's called Fearless. I use the same brush. I just go in here, put the product in there. And honestly, I did the exact same thing I did a minute ago. Put it all over the crease, just put it on top. And that's basically all I would want. As you can tell, it did build up the color. It does have some shine on it, but it's not like, woo! It's like a little bit more of that satiny kind of feel on your crease. You're gonna continue using this palette or any blush palette that you may have, and you're gonna use a shader brush. This is the Sigma E55, and I will be using, honestly, all of these pink colors, and you put it all over the lid. So I'll be using Rose, Enchanted, and See Beyond, but I'm gonna build it up slowly. So I'm gonna use Enchanted and See Beyond, and I'm gonna put it all over the lid with this brush. Don't get so worried that you're not using the exact pinks as I do, because in a minute you're not gonna see them. You'll see what I'm talking about. Just watch. Also, tip when you're putting the eyeshadow on the lid, sometimes if you stretch like this, that gives you more space and easier to put the product, because our eyes tend to want to close, or you know, we have lovely wrinkles, so we need to smooth it out. Now you see how nice and beautiful that looks? And now if you want to stop the rest of the tutorial and just have it like that, you can, up to you. But now I'm going to use this dark pink and put it on top. Same brush. Remember, we're only going to use 2 brushes. Now that you got the pink on, think of it more like it's just going to be a base for the actual color that's going on top. So I am putting this palette away, and I'm going back to the Too Faced Gold palette, and I'll be using this color that says Gold Dip. This color right here, Gold Dip. See the whole palette? Right there. And honestly, you're gonna use your finger. Any finger would do. That way you're seeing that I am using the product. And honestly, just put it all over the lid to the coverage that you desire and the shine that you desire. Okay, now as we all know, when we put any shadow in our eye, it's nice pigmentation, but it gets a little bit of rough. It's not exactly smooth. So you go back to this brush, you go back to the original color that we chose. I cannot see, okay, right there. And you just put the E40 brush right there. And you just go over it. That way we can smooth everything out. Now you see how when you do that, the top and the bottom doesn't look too bright. It's actually calms it down a little bit. But you can still see the undertone of, what was that called? I think it was Fearless that we did. So we got that. And then we go ahead and do the brows. I'm using the TooFaced Chocolate Brownie and Auburn. Then I'm taking the eye definer and you're gonna use the highlight. So this is what I'm gonna do when it comes to highlight. I'm gonna use this palette and I'm gonna use Rollin' and Dough. You put the little brush that you can and you just put it up here on the brow bone. I also am gonna be using the TooFaced Sweet Peach Glow. And I'm going to be using the highlight shade out of this palette. Use the same brush and put it on the brow bone. And now that way it doesn't look so harsh. Use the e-photo you used at the beginning. Do not add any additional product, not necessary. And then just go back over the crease. That way the top can like blend out. And then, as you can tell, that I want a little bit more highlight. This is optional. I'm using the Anastasia Glow Kit. And this is in Gleam. I'll be mixing Crushed Pearl and Starburst. These two. So I'm gonna use for right now and just put it on the top. Use this brush again just to take out the harshness. We're almost done with the eyes, almost. And then we're gonna use liner. I would not recommend a, wing or anything like that. One, especially like me right now, I'm off to work. Or if you're just gonna, chill with your friends or whatever you're using this look for, wing wouldn't exactly be, appropriate. Also, this step is not necessary. I just like what it does. So I'm using the Bobbie Brown Longwear Gel Eyeliner in Espresso Ink 7. Can you see? I tried, I'm sorry. My camera doesn't want to cooperate. And I'm using the brush, it's from Sigma. I'm sure y'all know everything I have is Sigma. It's E65, and no, I'm not affiliated. I wish, but no. Discount code or anything, one day. But basically, I'm just gonna be going here and go slow. I go either way, and I like this brush because you can actually control the angle. It's like a little cut, and just be light and go slow. Don't just go. Okay, and that's basically it. Alright, so give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to take off the excess and we'll start off with the face. 1 second. Okay, and I'm back. So, as you can tell, it's nice and clean. You're good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put in my primer. Favorite primers is the TooFaced Hangover RX. It's silicone free. And I like this one's one of my favorites. As you can, well, you're going to tell, a lot of my products are Too Faced. But, just go ahead and put it here. I like to dot it. Well, that's done. The foundation I will be using today, and this is the foundation I usually use for work. It's my second favorite. My second favorite. My main favorite, I think, is the Lancome. Can't remember. But and I don't have time to look. But if you do want like a video of all of my foundations, what I like and don't like, let me know, comment below. But this is the Too Faced Born This Way, and I am in shade Warm Nude. And the way I do it, my favorite way to do this is I put it onto the finger. I make my little lines or marks. Lines. I'm not awake yet, apparently, for obvious reasons. And then I'm gonna use my beauty blender and just start bouncing it in. Next, I will go back to the same concealer that we used previously, and I'm gonna put it under the eyes, the nose, and the forehead. Then I go back, use the same beauty blender, and blend everything in. And Now I'm gonna set it before it starts creasing everywhere. So the product I'll be using is the new Becca, it's dirty, the new Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. It's the powder that feels like it's wet. It does. And I like it because it has like a little protection. I was gonna do a full review on this, but it just, I have issues with timing in life and I'm still trying to figure that out and juggling. But this is how it looks. And so I use the same brush as usual. Stick it in. I used to use it under the eyes. You can use it all over the face if you want. I mean, I've used it both ways. Because it feels weird. You feel like the cool wet. You do feel wet, but it's not like 100% wet that you feel. It just feels like more like cooling. Like all of a sudden your skin is like cooled down. It's interesting. But I do like this product, so I would definitely be buying it again. This is quickly starting to be one of my favorite powders. Then I'm gonna go, I can't speak English. Then I'm going, there you go. The Maybelline Fit Me, the first powder product I used at the beginning to set my eyes after that concealer. So I'll be using that, and this is my Tart, there's no number or name, but it's one of the unicorn line that came out. And basically I'll be using this, and I'm using this to put it all over my face because as you can tell I'm shiny and that's not the look I'm looking for. Also, I don't care what skin type you have, I will still cover it up because it's easier when you put other products on top, because like this, it will skip. So might as well set it. It's easier to put like bronzer and all that. See, I'm already starting to hit pan. I've only had this a few weeks. I'm hardcore apparently. That lets you know how much I love it. Okay, now the next thing I usually like to put is bronzer. So I'm going to use multiple types of bronzers. I'll be using, this is the e.l.f. brush. You can just buy it at Walmart or Target. It's like $1 too. And I'm going to be using the Hoola Benefit. I do like these little things that start off here. This tells you how much love I have. This love. I'm going to buy another one. But what you start is above the ear and you stop like right there. Watch. See? Now like it's because it's perfect line. And then you just wiggle it back and forth. Up and down. It helps if you put your mouth like this, because you see where the line is. And then I like putting it all over the forehead, because even though no, I do not have a big forehead and I'm aware of that, I like it only because I'm obsessed with like bronzy, looking like the sun kissed you and beautiful, and I'm just obsessed with that look. Like I have a whole, like it's a 10-minute look that I have that literally makes you look bronzy. I can put that video up if you want, but I have not used that look in a while though. I'm gonna have to remember how. But I put the bronzer down my neck, that way I don't look two-toned or anything like that. I want to contour a little more. I used to TooFaced the Chocolate Gold Solei, because the original one I used to be obsessed with. Hard pan, I need to buy another one. But the problem with that one is that lately, and I'm just going over to what I originally had the other product. See how much darker it gets you? Dark. The original one, it started to like skip on me and not even out my skin. It just looked like I had a bunch of spaces with that, so I had to stop using it. I even tried, you know, the baby version, a new version, different brushes, thinking, you know, maybe it just maybe got old, or maybe my brushes weren't good. No, did the same thing, even with this one. So, but I was a little hesitant to get this, the gold one, but you know. And yes, it does have a little splecks of like, I don't know if you call it glitter. If this thing focus, okay, there you go. I don't know if you're able to see the shine out of there, but being the shine on your face, once you blend it in, not really. I'm gonna use, I have another of those Tarte unicorn things, and I'm gonna use the Tarte Party blush. Sorry, that's literally what it says. Hey. So, blush, and I'm gonna put it, see, I haven't used it very much. I'm not a blush person, it's once in a while, but with this look, it came out really good. And you just put it here on the apple. I go maybe that's a tad under the apple, because then it doesn't look so clown-faced. I guess another reason I'm not a big fan of blushes is because they don't last on me very well. Even with these, sometimes they don't. Don't worry, it looks kind of like, ah! Remember, I haven't blended anything yet. And then for a highlight, my dear, what I do, I use a combination, as we've been using with everything else, is I go and use my highlighter, my highlight brush, and I go back to this palette and I use the Rolling in Dough, the ones we use up here, and I use the same concept. I use that eyeshadow, and you put it on top right here. I'm gonna show you what this does, because I found once you put that there, it helps the other highlight that goes on top to last longer on your face. True. Can y'all see that? Eyeshadow everywhere. I go back and I add a little bit of the TooFaced. Even though I understand there's some people who has issues with this palette, when I tell people it's not bad. The issue is that it has a lot of film on top, if you want to call it that, and so it gets interesting. So it gets hard to fit where it needs to fit. I get it. And then I go back to the Anastasia Glow palette that we used earlier, and I put it on top. I know. This time I'm going to use the same two, the Starburst and Crushed Pearl. Put on the same places that I want. And then I used to use a kabuki brush, and I just blend my face out. See, now that I'm blended out, it looks a lot better. Now I go ahead and use, I will go back to the highlights again and just go over it. Just because, you know, it blends out, goes away after a while. Do you blend? Glow. And then, once that is done, we just have to finish up the eyes, lips, and we're done. Okay, and we'll be using the MAC Gem Dandy. For then, I'm going to use the lashes. The lash curler, anyone would do. I honestly don't see a difference on any of them, but you know. And I use this one. Even though it's purple, it doesn't really look purple. It just looks dark. See how it gives us some color, but you don't really see the purple. And this is optional, but I don't think it looks completed without bottom lashes. So. See? Now the eyes, the face is basically done. We got lips. So today I'll be using the TooFaced. So you can tell it's a toothpaste themed day. Didn't mean to, just happened. The Sunday Fun Day from the peach line. I like it because it has those little beautiful designs on it. And just put it on your lips. And then I'm also gonna add the Givral Skinny Dip. It's a lip topper. I love it. So Nude has a little bit of shine to it. And it tastes like vanilla. And that's base. And the last step I will be using the Glam Glow Setter Makeup Setting Spray. I gotta speak and enunciate. And I love this because my favorite setting spray was the Urban Decay, like the old one, Chill. But then they changed the formula and I don't like it. But this one I love. And I love Glam Glow. They're one of my favorite products. I have tried quite a bit of their mask. I made a review on that. Let me know if you'd be interested. And literally spray. and then you let it dry. See how it just magically like beams out, kind of like how the foundation was at the beginning, but this literally will make you glow. And it actually does help your makeup stay long. Like my makeup can stay like 10 hours, like past work hours. I mean, I'm just letting you know. Not going through the night, probably not. Well, maybe if you have powder. Anyways, let me scoot you back and we'll finish up. Okay, now let me take this off. Yep, I can tell some of the setting spray got on it. It's okay. And woo, look at this hair. Look what happened when you pull it back. Well, that's basically it. That's the nice neutral makeup look. I do have a few products on here. You don't have to use these exact products, but something similar that you're able to find, the colors, browns, etc, etc. You're able to find it. But I hope you enjoyed this nice makeup look. Like I said, it was 32 brushes and fingers and the rest of the face, you know, exact. So as you can tell, you have a little bit of bronze, neutral, and not completely boring. So I really appreciate you coming on to my channel. I really appreciate it. I got more things coming up for my music. It's just a lot more planning and waiting than I thought. I'm learning. But please follow me on my social medias on Instagram, Twitter, even here on YouTube, and they all have the same handle, Innate Blue Singer, as well as my Facebook artist page. I'll link that below as well. And remember to push the notification bells, because I know I'm trying to be consistent, but it's just lately I've been doing pretty good. One time a week, I'm trying to do 2. I'm trying to be creative to film, because my issue is I can film but getting time to edit. I know, it's called organization. Organization. So working on that. Please be patient. It will be like on schedule 100% soon, but I really appreciate your patience. Remember to push that notification bell, because that's the only way you'll be able to know when I launch, because I usually launch them in the morning around 8, 9. I think I'm central, time. So look in there, Innate Blue Singer, really appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon and meeting up with you and chatting, have our little, you know, our little gathering. So thank you so much, really appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon.